The 6.5 is live in Las Vegas at OpenText World 2023. We are on the road, Daniel, talking about our favorite subject. I won't confuse you this time.
F1?
We only have, well, that, but for technology's sake,
Las Vegas.
It's all about AI, you know?
It is all about AI, and it is great to be here in Las Vegas at OpenText World. It's been a really good couple of days so far, Pat, and it has been AI-centric, but it's so much more than that. It's about companies figuring out how to put their data to use and how to drive enterprise growth and development. And it's with a company that's been doing this for like 3 decades.
I know, it's great, and data and information management is paramount, as you and I both said in our papers and our articles and our videos. And I think this event was a great snapshot of why you have to have all of your data information together, and particularly in this age of generative AI, crossing all types of data from all walks of your business. So with that said, I'd like to introduce Sandy, Chief Marketing Officer and EVP at OpenText. How are you?
Very good. Thanks so much for being here at OpenText World.
Yeah, first time 6.5, or hopefully not the last.
Definitely
This is a
not.
great event. Somehow I think this whole event has been masterminded by you and your team. So congratulations, it's not over yet, but so far really enjoyed myself. And for an industry analyst, it's not just about having fun, but it's also about the level of information, it's the level of access. And although sometimes industry analysts, say they're not educated by things, I think that we all get something out of these events in addition to giving the company, hopefully, very sage advice. So welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I'm glad you use sage instead of great. Usually you just suggest you give great advice, which you do.
I didn't want to, her to look down or shake her head.
It has been great. I'm still full from dinner, so thank you for hosting. That was terrific. Pat, the burrata was great. You did miss it.
I know.
But I want to talk a little bit about ecosystem. We've had the chance to spend some time with your CEO, Mark Barrenechea, here on the show. And by the way, if you're watching this and you want to hear that, you can click over when you're done with this one. But one of the things we didn't have a chance to talk to him about that I want to talk to you more about is the partner ecosystem. You have, in your, just give for instance, search, your content search, you have connectors and plugins to tons of different applications. Talk a little bit about OpenText's strategy for building a really robust ecosystem for AI.
Yeah, great question. In addition to leading marketing here, I have the pleasure of leading our partners and alliances team.
2 jobs.
And 2 jobs. And one of the things that we also talked about this week with our partner group is really this notion of OpenText Partner Network. And it's really kind of ingrained who we are because we have strategic partners that are our application partners. And so important, right? When you talk about data, you think about the transactional data, that gets housed in your Oracles, your SAPs, your Salesforces, all those ERP and CRM systems out there, they've been our strategic partners for many years. And we actually pride ourselves in one of the things is being deeply integrated. So our engineering teams spend a lot of time working together. With Google, we recently did an integration with Google Workspace. And all that power is what allows data to be actually connected in the workflow. So that's the foundation of our ecosystem. And of course, it expands into our system integrators that we work with, our resellers, and our MSPs as well. So we're really excited to be doubling down in our OpenText Partner Network and what that really means to kind of our future together going forward.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed out the new network. And I think, if nothing else, one big lesson we've learned over the past 30 years is that it takes a village, right? And it's no longer the days where, they're a competitor and I'm not going to talk to them or work with them. I mean, we're seeing mainframe software deployed in the public cloud. We're seeing public cloud services deployed on-prem. I mean, it's just this mishmash, but good mishmash in the way that exactly. That it's benefiting the end customer at the end who just wants everybody to just get along, right? The star of the show was Aviator, okay? And it was ICE, okay, who represents that, which is so cute. I want a little stuffed version of him. But the question is, how do partners engage with Aviator? Meaning, is it bi-directional in how that data flows and the opportunities work?
Yeah, it's a great question. There's maybe 3 ways that partners are going to be able to engage with Aviator. One is Aviator is being embedded into our applications. So as releases come, partners who help us resell and implement our applications are naturally going to be able to bring these capabilities to our end customers and clients. Second, we also announced something today called Aviator Thrust, which is all of our APIs. And we spent 3 years building these APIs, which is really the headless versions of information management. It's the ways to connect those information flows. We think a lot of our partners are going to need these tool sets in order to help end clients with their AI journey. Like you said before, Patrick, the information needs to get organized. Metadata needs to be created. You have to capture it, ingest it, turn it into something that you can work with. And we hope our partner ecosystem can actually take advantage of these APIs and Aviator thrusts to be able to bring that next level of what clients need. And certainly, I go back to lastly, the third thing is just trust. I think having trusted partners, and that means something different for everybody out there. Sometimes that's a reseller that you're working with, sometimes that's an SI you're working with. And having that trusted partner, both the technology partner in us and an implementation partner in our ecosystem is going to be really important.
Thank you.
So you had a partner summit, by the way.
We did, yes.
Yeah. I felt like, we were partners.
I know. We
were close by,
yeah,
so we were in proximity. But you had a partner summit. You rolled out a new partner network program that you talk a little bit about what you rolled out and maybe some early feedback. Eventually, we'll hit her up as a chief marketer, but for now, we're just going to keep
exactly.
Keep
well, she has 2 jobs. We can't
By the
do
way,
2 jobs at the same time.
I'm noting this whole concept.
I know.
One person that can do 2 jobs.
No, I know. I'm going to put that in my back pocket.
I like this. I like what I'm hearing. But how did the partners react? What was the thought? Did it help the Aviator story land more? And share a little bit about this partner summit.
Yeah. So one of the important things we needed to kind of show our partner network yesterday was just that our commitment to the ecosystem. Anytime a large company gets acquired by another one, it's really reaffirming for our ecosystem and to our partners to say, we're here for you and we want to grow together. And to show the path to growth. Right, so we announced some things, whether it's cloud program, whether it's mid-market, to see this path to growth. And we hope they're excited about Aviator. We wanted them to know that they're a part of this Aviator story, because ultimately, most companies are kind of on the earlier stages of adoption. And I think we're all trying to figure out what are the right use cases that are going to be repeatable, and we need our partners' ecosystem to do that. So the early reactions have been fantastic in terms of just excited to hear the OpenText vision and strategy. Since the acquisition, they hadn't heard from us in person quite yet, so we were super excited to just deliver that message and reaffirm our commitment to them yesterday.
Okay, so we're going to take off the partner hat and we're going to put the chief marketing officer.
Any other jobs?
Hat on. I don't know.
Not today.
First of all, congratulations on an exceptional keynote. Dan and I literally have sat in, 125 keynotes
like this year.
virtually and remotely this year. So it's easy to throw stones. I really liked the way that you interspersed the elements of AI and kind of brought it from like 1 up to an 11. Thought that was very clever on that, because it actually aligned with what you were talking about. And the second of all is integrating Las Vegas. I've seen a lot of cheesy integrations of Las Vegas. I really like this one. So thank you for, again, back to the entertaining and educating. I felt very entertained too, and I got a front row seat, so thank you. But let me actually get to the question here. I know. Aviator, right, is not only your premier offering for AI. We had a great conversation with Mark, and you're also your chief product officer. But can you talk about where did the thought? I mean, he's a cute little furry animal, and a lot of the software and SaaS shows we go to, there's a lot of cute furry type of mascots. So why Aviator and why ICE?
Great question. So first, why Aviator? We just internally have had kind of this love for aviation. But I kind of go back to this quote we said to ourselves a couple months ago. A pilot's a technician, an aviator loves flight. And really this notion of AI should lift and AI should elevate is really kind of the spirit behind Aviator. The characters, as I call them, they're navigators. We've actually had this concept of having OpenText navigators for a very long time. It's what we call our partners, our most esteemed customers, and we give out navigator awards. So the navigators are part of the Aviator journey, and we really do believe in customer success is at the core. And what we're trying to show customers is that obviously the notion of it's a multi-step, and our aviators and navigators are here to help them.
It's cute.
Bonus Jeopardy.
Yes.
All right, so let's ask a question that's not about AI.
Are you
Ready?
sure we can do that?
I don't even know. I'm going to try it.
All right.
Let me cue this one up. No, but seriously, like, you guys have a rich history. And by the way, AI is not new. It's been around for a long time.
In fact, the first algorithms were created in the 60s.
In the 60s, like when you were 20. But AI, right? I mean, you showed a really good journey map of the company, and kind of how it went through processes of maturity with machine learning and business intelligence and AI. And so, of course, it's the highlight moment, and as a marketer, we're going to get behind the architecture. We do this too, but there's got to be other things here. So as the chief of all partner things and the chief marketing officer and any other titles we come up with before this is over, what else at OpenText has you really excited, and what do you want to share out there with the 6.5 community? Well,
there is so much. I feel like every 90 days we do a release, and there's usually too much for everybody to absorb. So as the chief marketing person, I will say that part of what's really exciting is also all the integrations we're doing and our movement to the cloud. We're committed to making sure our content platforms, which have been great in on-prem and in the private cloud, is now public cloud SaaS ready. And we're doing a bunch of integrations that I'm super excited about. We're bringing together service management and content management. So you're in IT service management, now you have access to all your content repositories. We're bringing together Voltage and NetIQ, which is our cybersecurity products, with content. So you've got content management that is the most secure information management out there with the identity access management. Superb kind of integrations that we're doing. And the last one, I just say, it's also this notion of we're moving towards kind of our experience, digital experience products, and our content management products, really kind of going towards that total experience, because we think that a lot of these things are interrelated. So to the notion of data's at the heart, but these integrations make you really be able to imagine what's next, right? And that's all the other things we do besides AI, but each product line is got its own journey, and we have a lot to bring. One last thing I'll bring up that I'm super excited about is in IT operations management, our ITOM group. We are launching fully 2 offerings. We call it FinOps and GreenOps. So think about the ability to actually scan across all of your cloud infrastructure and be able to say, okay, this is the amount of money that you could potentially save, and here's the actions to go take. And that is coming out starting this release, and we use it on ourselves. I love being our first customers. And we were able to find X million dollars in savings, and we're implementing that. But I think those really practical things, as people are moving towards cloud and infrastructure and the movements, really hopefully the security elements and the integration elements are beneficial for them.
That's pretty fantastic. She only said AI once, and she was only mentioning how she wasn't going to mention AI. So that was really
I know.
good.
No, that's hard to do when your headline is AI. But it is nice to even get reminded, hey, it's not just technology for the sake of technology. It's technology for actually doing good on behalf of companies and, I don't know, maybe even society as a whole.
By the way, you can't spell aviator without AI. Just letting you know that.
Ooh, damn.
So you can use that one. First one's free.
I might steal it.
Sandy, thanks so much for joining us here on the 6.5.
Thank you so much for being here at OpenText World.
All right, everybody, hit that subscribe button. Join us here for all the coverage at OpenText World 2023 in Las Vegas. And of course, subscribe because the 6.5 has so many great thought leaders like Sandy that join us each and every week on the show. But for this episode, for Patrick Moorhead and myself, we got to say goodbye. See y'all really soon.